Well, it's nice to be here with you today, Judge Edwards, and I want to begin by just personally congratulating you on being the Los Altos Town Crier's 2011 Los Altan of the Year. I know that Liz and Paul Nyberg gave you the news a couple weeks ago, and I wondered what your reaction was when you met with them.
Thank you very much, Marge. I was very surprised. It was a wonderful breakfast, and they held off the news until after we had had something to eat, and they had me there on a false pretense. They wanted me to introduce someone at a hearing they were having, a meeting, and then they pulled out a headline, and I was really surprised, and I still am surprised.
Well, obviously we all think that you're well deserving of the award, and I wanted to talk with you a little bit about your life and some of your accomplishments. And I know that you were born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and went to college in Connecticut, and then to law school at the University of Chicago. During the summer of 1964, you were a civil rights volunteer in Mississippi, and after law school, you were a volunteer in the Peace Corps in Malaysia and taught secondary school. Tell us a little bit about these experiences and the path that led you here to Los Altos Hills.
Well, first of all, I have to make it clear that I am a Californian. My father is fourth or fifth generation, and he was in the FBI in 1941 when the war broke out. And he was in, my mother went with him, and he was stationed in Michigan, and that's where I was born. But he immediately moved back to California, where he's been employed most of his life, although then he served in Congress. And I lived in Woodside, Palo Alto, and then my first home with my wife was in Los Altos, over on Grant Road. And then we moved to Los Altos Hills in 1977.
I know that you have founded at least 6 local organizations that serve our community. The Child Advocates of Santa Clara and San Mateo counties, Kids in Common, Santa Clara County Domestic Violence Council, the Green Book Project, the Juvenile Court Judges of California, the Forensic Human Services Certificate Program, and I also know you were the catalyst for the founding of Just Read, a literacy program for at-risk middle and high school students in our community. And I'm sure many other endeavors, but I wondered what were some of the, or what are some of the accomplishments of these organizations of which you're most proud?
The Child Advocates of Santa Clara County is such a wonderful program, and it's thriving now more than 20 years later, and so many people have had their lives changed. Not only the children in the juvenile court, but also the adults who decided to become child advocates. They have been changed because those children and that experience have made them better people. And the Domestic Violence Council has been very important for all parts of Santa Clara County, including Los Altos. If I come up with a good idea or there's a good cause, Los Altans will join. And that's wonderful to live in this community and to know that you can go home to Los Altos and you can get support for a good project, an idea that will change the community and perhaps ripple out and change the state and the country.
Well, clearly you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you have accomplished so much and received many prestigious awards at all levels, the local, state, national. I know that some of your local awards have been the Character Award from the Santa Clara County Council, Boy Scouts of America, the Paul Harris Award from the Los Altos Rotary Club in 2006, Lifetime Achievement Award for Santa Clara and San Mateo County Chapter of Child Advocates, the Distinguished Community Service Award from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Santa Clara County, and Man of the Year from the Women's Fund in 1990, and I know many more. Are there any awards that have an extra special meaning for you on a personal level?
Well, one does that it wasn't mentioned there. I was given an award by the National Center for State Courts, the Jurist of the Year Award. They call it the William Rehnquist Award. And it was special because they pick one judge out from the whole country. And it's been given maybe for 15 years now, and every other winner has been a justice of the Supreme Court or a very high, prestigious judge. I'm the only one who was a juvenile court judge. And that meant so much to me and to all my colleagues around the country.
I know you've accomplished already so much professionally and in the community. What's on the horizon for the future?
Well, I retired from the bench 5 years ago, but the next day I took a job with the Administrative Office of the Courts in San Francisco and wrote a job description for myself that they agreed to. On a half-time basis, I visit all the courts in California, meet with the judges in the juvenile and family court, and try to impress upon them some ideas about best practices. I'm 70, but I feel younger, and I have a family tradition of people working way past 80. My stepfather, John Merriman, is 91 and still teaches at Stanford Law School. My father was a congressman until 80, so I couldn't possibly think of retiring. People ask me, the most frequent question I'm asked is, why do you do this? And my answer is, I can't explain it. It's just me. I can't say it's DNA, although my mother was passionate about segregation and my father was a famous congressman who was very active in civil rights issues. And my stepfather is a very important person in the law. I have two brothers who aren't nearly as socially involved as I am. They're brilliant mathematicians. So I can't explain it, except to say that I have inbred in me a desire to make the world a better place and to participate in that. And that gives me great satisfaction, and that's what I do.